The title of the speech, Harley, is Being Your Best Self. So who here today, at this very moment, is at their best moment or at their best self? Raise your hand. Awesome, one person. My entire journey has been about searching for my best self. Here are the things I learned about being your best self. The very first thing you have to do is you have to take care of your body as an act of love. Who exercises on a regular basis? That's good. Who thinks it takes too much time to exercise? Okay, I was hoping you were going to say that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to stand up. Sorry, I know you're in the middle of your dinner. We're going to exercise. This is how easy exercise can be. We're going to start with our feet together. Then you're going to bring your hands down to your sides. We're going to raise the hands up, bring it to your shoulder height, hug the energy into your heart, flex your palms, and then pull down. So this is called sinking the chi. It's from Tai Chi. So you inhale, and then you hug in and exhale. And then you inhale, hug the energy in, exhale. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. We're just going to step our feet apart a little bit. The next movement is called opening the door. So you inhale, lift your hands up to your shoulders, and exhale, you pull down and just bend your knees. And you're just going to imagine that you're riding a wave. You inhale, and then just flex and two more times. Inhale up, exhale, just one. And you can just step back in, and thank you so much. You can be seated. See, so it doesn't take that much time to exercise. So taking care of your body is an act of love. Take care of your body because it's the only place you have to live. So even if you add a flight of stairs twice a week, or a walk around the block twice a week, learning to eat a little bit better. Maybe you can turn down the chocolate cake that you really don't want. Or maybe you don't want to get back up for that second helping of food. Maybe you don't need that second helping of food. What I do with my food is whenever I go to a restaurant, I always realize that I'm going to get more food than I need. So what I do immediately when my food comes out, I ask for a box. And I cut my meal in half. And I put half of the meal in the box, and I eat the half that's on the plate. At 9 times out of 10, what's on the plate is always enough for me to eat. And then the bonus is, the next day, I have lunch.
By the way, listening.
Yeah, so
I am listening.
manage your diet. Just manage it. You don't have to change it that much. It's not about huge steps. It's about the tiny steps. The other one that I think is so important is time. Find time for yourself to sit back, breathe, and meditate. Just sit back at the end of the day, by yourself, in the dark, breathe, sit up nice and tall, and just evaluate your day. What did you like about your day? What didn't you like about your day? What do you want to be better tomorrow? So, meditate. The next thing that we have to do is we have to discover ourselves. When we're born with a bunch of different selves. The first self is your previous self. So I use the butterfly comparison. When we're born in that little cocoon, and then we turn into that beautiful butterfly, and just when we're ready to jump out and begin to fly, there's this energy that's always trying to pull you back into the cocoon. Things like, you used to be fat, you used to be dumb, you used to not be the smartest kid in school, you used to be poor, and you always remember those things. Those things were imprinted upon you. So as long as you have those imprints, they always are haunting you and pulling you back towards that cocoon. So that's the first imprint that we have to break, is that desire to go back to who we used to be. Then we have our assumed self. People assume, because I'm a fitness instructor, that I eat really well and I just love to exercise. And I do. But then people also assume that I don't like to drink or party, but I do. So that's the difference. I like a little bit of balance in my life. Many times I go to people's house and they're like, I don't know what you're going to eat. And I say, you know what? I eat everything. So you can have everything on my plate and make sure there's a glass of wine with it, because I'm ready to go when I'm ready to eat. People assume when somebody's fat that they're lazy or that they overeat. But not all fat people overeat, and not all fat people are lazy. Then you have your supposed self, the self you're supposed to be. Because Carl is black, he is supposed to like fried chicken, and he's supposed to love watermelon. Let me tell you a story about Carl, fried chicken and watermelon. When I was a little kid, that's what all the kids in school said. You like fried chicken, you like watermelon, so I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't eat fried chicken in public to save my life. I wouldn't eat watermelon, period. I decided that the seeds were way too much work and I do not want any watermelon whatsoever. So for 40 years, I didn't eat fried chicken, and if I did, I didn't do it in public, and I never ate watermelon. One day, I moved to Washington, D.C., and I go to a party, and my friend Darlene, who had the party, is black, and all the people at the party were black, and they were all eating fried chicken and watermelon, and I ran down and I grabbed as much fried chicken as I could, and I was eating fried chicken, my face was all greasy, and then we ran to the watermelon, and we ate all the watermelon, and I thought, gee, that imprint was so deep. It took me 40 years to be able to do it in public. And I thought, well, maybe that was just me being weird. And one day I was doing my television show about 5 years ago, and I had an 84-year-old guy who was a cancer survivor, black guy. And he came on, and we got to talking, and we were talking about life, and we were talking about when he was in the hospital. And what he said to me made my mouth drop. He was saying, I was in the hospital, and they brought me a bowl of watermelon. He said, well, you know, I spent 80 years of my life not eating watermelon in public because I didn't want a white person to see me eat watermelon. And he said, at that day, he said, I didn't know if I was going to live or die. And he said, it was sitting in front of me. He said, I picked it up and it had to be one of the most delicious things that I've ever had. And he said, every single chance I get to eat watermelon for the rest of my life, I'm eating watermelon. So he was even from a different generation from me, but that's how deep that imprint is with black people and watermelon. Boys don't cry. You're taught that the whole time that you grow up, and as a boy, you think, I have to be tough, I can't cry. But when I was 17, I left home and I moved to San Francisco. Moved to San Francisco, had my first relationship. 2 years later, I had my first heartbreak. And I called my mother up on the phone and I was devastated and I was crying and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she said to me, boy, man up. And I hung up the phone, and I don't think I talked to her for another year or two. It hurt my feelings so bad. I think in life, it's important to sometimes put on your big boy pants. We have to do that. Do things that you're not ready for, things you don't think that you're ready to do. And then you do have to man up at some times. But just as important as manning up is the importance of manning down. It's okay to let yourself down sometimes. It's okay to let it down and just let go. Because why hold on to all of that stuff just because people suppose that you're supposed to be that way? And then we have our actual self. Our actual self is that person who we have to give ourselves permission to step out of our imprinting and step into who my definition of myself is. So we have an exercise for that one. So we're going to stand up. So in life, every time you hear that voice of imprint, and it says to you, you can't do that. You used to be fat. You're supposed to like this. You're supposed to do that. This is what we're going to do. We're going to stomp our foot and say no, no, no. And we're going to do the other foot, no, no. Now we're going to continue. No, 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 no. And we're going to have our fists. No, 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 no. All right, I think you got the point. I love the no exercise because it releases a lot of stuff, right? You feel that? You feel got warmer, you're breathing a little bit. I learned that from a little kid. I was standing in line, and there was a little kid, and he wanted the candy, and his mother said no, and he just started screaming, no, 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 and his face turned red, and he was breathing hard, and I thought, gee, that must feel really good. So when I went home, I picked up and adopted that exercise for that reason. No, 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 no. The next part is being kind to yourself. How often in life do you catch yourself doing that negative speak? My stomach is so fat. I hate my thighs. I'm so stupid. How could I do that? And we go through those negative voices all the time. It's another one of the imprints. But here's the truth. We have been judging ourselves our whole lives, right? How's it worked out for us so far? Hasn't really, right? Here's what you have to do. You have to get off of your own back. Let yourself go. So we're going to stand up. Sorry, Holly, I know you're eating. We only have two more. So this exercise is called Get Off My Back. It's another good one. So you reach, you pull, and then you reach, and you push. And then you reach, and you pull, and you reach, and you push. And you say, get off my back. Get off. I can't say it. Get off my, like really get into it. Get off my back. Some more. Get off my back. One more. Get off my back. I feel better? So the get off my back exercise works out really well if you're at work and your supervisor gets on your nerves. Because when you're walking around the office going, get off my back, no one is going to mess with you that day at all. So get off your own back. The next thing you have to do is you have to empower yourself. You have to be okay with saying, I am a magnificent, powerful being. For most people, it's a really hard thing to say. My last exercise for the evening. We're going to stand. And it's called Magnificent Powerful. And I borrowed this from a friend of mine. Her name is Gloria Keeling, and she's actually from Maui. So I learned this exercise on Maui. So you raise your hands up, and you say, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. Then you pull that down with fist, and you say, I am powerful. I am powerful. Here you go. I am magnificent. I am powerful. Again. I am magnificent. I am powerful. One more. I am magnificent. I am powerful. All right, you can have a seat. Empower yourself. It's okay to say, well, the only thing that's not okay to say is, I have a really good temperament. Because other people should judge your temperament. You know what I'm talking about, right? You saw him this week say, I have a really good temperament. I thought other people were supposed to say that about you. But you can empower Donald Trump. but you can empower yourself. It's okay to tell yourself that it's okay. It really is. Life is there to support you. Your days only get to be what you choose them to be. So your choices are simple. Wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to take care of my body as an act of love. Even if there's one little thing that you do, one extra step, one less calorie, one extra breath, one extra exercise, that will make you have a better day than you had yesterday. The next thing you have to do is you have to dig in there and get to know yourself and dig through the imprints, because those imprints can be so deep. What you're supposed to be, who you used to be, what people assume you are. You have to give yourself permission to give your own definition of who you are and what your life's about. And the last thing is about empowering yourself. But more than empowering yourself, empower the people around you. Because if the walls around you are not supportive, your house is going to fall down. So not only empower yourself, but just walk up to someone sometime and just say, you are magnificent, you are powerful. And just see how they react. They're going to step back and go, really? But you'll bring a smile to their face. And you'll bring them closer to your corner. I hope that I have given you some suggestion on how to find your best self. Because I know for the rest of my life I'm going to be looking for mine. Thank you.